By far my favorite We Own Land track off of The Plan. You just heard Devil's Sister. Before that, we heard from one of my favorite bands, The Cramps, a song going back to the year of my birth. That was Goo Goo Muck. And then I just want to mention we kicked off the program this evening with Susan Said off of the album Polyvinyl Chloride. We heard Edie, tracks you may not hear anywhere else but here on the Tony Jones Show. George Garner is my co-host. Chuckles the Clown in studio. Davey Moore en route and now has arrived in studio after taking a refreshing urination on his way up here. So, Davey, before we spun some tunes, before I did my job and spun some tunes, I asked Chuckles the Clown how he got his start in being an evil clown. Now I want to know how you got your start with Midday Records and, of course, with your band Satellites Fall.
Well, I've been in local music almost my entire life. I used to be in like hardcore metal bands like Fall from Grace. And then Satellites Fall sort of started as purposefully to do something completely different than the hardcore metal stuff I grew up doing. And Midday Records sort of branched off from that. It was initially a means just to start just to release our material. And then we took it and wanted to start helping other bands in the local scene.
I've been hearing that from a lot of bands lately, that after years and years of playing whatever it might be, metal, punk, acoustic, they want to go into what could possibly be the most different vibe from what they were doing. So they were an acoustic band, now they're in some kind of a crazy metal band, or they were in a metal band and now it's just them and their guitar. That seems to be the big...
Yeah, and it usually either succeeds brilliantly or it flops hideously.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of old hardcore punk bands out there doing solo acoustic stuff now, too, so definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys think of that? Have you seen it?
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you do one thing for so long and you just... I mean, I got to be careful because I have no problems with the genre, but I could only put up with listening to a grown man scream in a microphone for so long before it was like, I need to try something different. If you wanted
to do that, you could become a talk radio host.
Yeah. I don't. Myself personally, I guess I'm a little more cynical about this whole movement from punk to acoustic. My take on the situation is that, as certain people get older, they don't want to carry that heavy equipment anymore.
Possibly.
So the easiest thing to do is just sell all that stuff and or trade it in for an acoustic guitar and harmonica.
It's also a lot easier being solo versus dealing with a band. And they did that for years.
Hurt the band members. Yeah, exactly.
Hurting cats?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And that's, but that's, to me, would be so naked, I would feel naked, just me and a guitar.
I couldn't do it.
Well, I think we tried it just once, didn't we? Some benefit for someone's raising money for their cafe.
Oh yeah,
the Cretan 3 tried that acoustic thing.
Yeah,
just once.
I think because we had to, because of where they were. They weren't allowed to. This is how crappy the place was. They weren't allowed to plug things in.
It over. What do you call it? Short out the...
they hadn't been... It was like a new business, and they hadn't been blessed by the powers that be to actually plug things in.
It's probably good to know how to play some of your songs, translate them to an acoustic performance. That
was our problem. We didn't know.
Yeah. So we've done radio shows where they asked if we were performing. They're not set up for a live band, so they just mean an acoustic performance, and it would be nice to do. So we actually may work on that a little bit. But
now, having said, now I have no love for acoustic music, but but having said that, I mean, that one time that we tried the acoustic Tony Jones thing, I did gain, if not liking, a lot more respect. Seriously, for people that just sit out there with a guitar in their voice.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, without that wall of sound to back me up, I definitely felt a little nervous.
Yep. How'd it go?
It was weird because I'm not good at staying still, and I think to be an acoustic person, you have to stay still.
Yeah, I've seen you perform, and for some reason I can't picture you just sitting there. Like,
I don't know about
Unplugged.
That. One of our good friends, Johnny and the Earthquakes,
they
go from acoustic to plug in, and he does not sit still for anything. And
good point.
They do a great merge over from going from acoustic to plug in. They sound just as good acoustically as they do plugged in there. Sometimes, I hate to say it, they sound better when they're acoustic.
I just saw Pistol Shot Gypsy do it. They're like a straight rock band, and they just did an acoustic set over the spot, and they killed it.
Same thing with Pity Whores. Pity Whores showed up that time with a banjo and a cello and an acoustic guitar, and I said, well, this could be something, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think the difference is, kidding aside, is that just because you put down the electric guitar and pick up the acoustic and play the same song the same way, I think that's what a lot of formerly electric musicians don't get.
Right.
Is that if you're going to go from electric to acoustic, there's a little bit of rearranging, there's a little bit of reinterpreting that needs to be done.
Or should be. I mean, you could probably make it work just strumming the same chords.
No. I'm
Definitely
going to stick with this. Not should be, needs to be.
Well, that's exactly.
I'll be a little more emphatic about that. I mean, reinterpreting is. If you're not going to reinterpret it, why do it? I mean,
so you can do radio shows.
Yeah.
So you could get paid.
I hate to go mainstream, and I know
pay for radio?
I'm going to get shot for this.
Wait a minute. The evil clown is going mainstream from his corner.
One of the best bands out there that did that acoustically, and they actually he started out acoustic before he started plugging his stuff in, was Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. One of the best acoustic performances I ever saw on MTV was theirs. Their sound the same when they were acoustic as if they were plugged in. And it was actually one of my favorite acoustic performances that I've ever seen.
But I think they brought cellos and stuff in.
Yeah, that was a cool era, though, because they did kind of make it almost big band style when they did those things. It would be, like you said, cellos and steel
Strings,
drums
violins.
and, all kind of crazy things.
Right. It's not. Well, that's which actually makes my point. They didn't just show up, as the regular band with their, and strum guitars in the same. They didn't. They added something to it.
I think Taking Back Sunday had a whole concert that they released live, or a live concert that they released as an official release where they did that. Yeah, and it's actually really good.
That's cool to see when bands like that take it to that level and then actually put it out as a release. I mean, that's kind of cool to me. I'm going to spin some tunes, and then we'll come back. We'll have more with Chuckles the Klown, Davey Moore. They have huge events coming up, and we'll get into the meat and bones of those.
Do you realize how often you've said huge so
I
far in
cannot
this
stop
broadcast?
saying huge. I don't know why I have
I will never again say John Holmes in a broadcast.
As soon as you said John Holmes, huge has been stuck in my head. But this is from your treasure trove, George. This is Nobody's Heroes, and this track, it hits a little close to home. It's called I'm in Therapy.
I'm in therapy, but there's nothing wrong with me. I'm in therapy, oh yeah. Every day the same, they're dissecting my brain. They're trying to find a way to make it right. They got me popping pills, I can't pay my doctor bills. And now my body's wheeled over the sides. Because I'm in therapy, but there's nothing wrong with me. I'm in therapy, oh yeah. I'm in therapy, but there's nothing wrong with me. I'm in
double shot of Boston area music right here on the Tony Jones Show. You just heard from Willie Alexander and the Boom Boom Band off of Dog Bar Yacht Club. That was Hey Kid. Before that, we heard from what I'm assuming is the now defunct Nobody's Heroes off of the album Cartoons and Comic Books. I'm in Therapy, the name of that track. You guys can insert some jokes about me here if you'd like to.
No, because it rings too close to home for all of us.
Yeah. They're not jokes, they're reality.
That's a band who I haven't seen play in about 10 years. So I'm going to do some research. I'm going to see if Nobody's Heroes is still around. But back in the day, we played quite a few gigs with Nobody's Heroes.
Yeah.
I was always a big fan of their stuff, and I kind of forgot about their existence like you do throughout time. And whatever happened to those guys? So I gotta get behind the old computation device and do some research.
Another band gone too soon.
I gotta see, too, because I'm assuming, like we talked about before, the name Nobody's Heroes, there's probably like 600 bands out there called Nobody's Heroes.
Good
right?
point, yeah.
So I gotta find my Nobody's Heroes. Chuckles the Klown is in studio. George Garner is my co-host. Davey Moore is here. These guys are staying busy. We're all staying busy. Chuckles, you have been doing a lot of... Now, this may sound weird because he is an evil clown. He is a horror clown. However, you have been doing all kinds